Hello internets, I am Kay Thorne, sometimes known as Miss B, and welcome to my channel where we are playing through every single Nancy Drew game from number 1, Secret... Wait. I forget what number 1 was called. I forget what number 1 was called, honestly, at this point. Secrets Can Kill. All the way to number 24, I believe. 24 or 34. Maybe 34. Mystery of the Seven Keys, I believe is what it's called. I do know that it's based in Prague. We're still a ways off from that, though. We are diving into a new Nancy Drew game today. The last one was Danger on Deception Island. That's actually currently in the background, cleaning up the video and whatnot, so I can post it, or prep it to post. But we're going to be playing number 10, Secret of Shadow Ranch. Yeah, this is like the super janky, like, paper stuff. What is written on this? What? Fresh Face a Home Mini Panda Home? I have no idea why I wrote that on here. I also like drew a circle around this for some reason. I don't remember when I played this game or how old I was, but it was apparently at a time where I decided to draw all over things. So yeah, so I do have the original disc. This was one of my favorite, actually still is one of my favorites. It was my absolute favorite for a while until I played number 13, which we're getting close to. That one I will go through fairly quickly. I do have it pretty much memorized. This one I vaguely remember. I did find my old notes. It's a lot of notes, but I think I'm still going to try to do new card and compare. Just because I'm enjoying that. And I hope you guys are enjoying that too. So we're going to kind of sort of hide that old note card as best that I can. Because it's not like a case to put it in like I normally do. This I think is based on a book. Give me a moment. That didn't take me long at all. Yes, it is. Number 5, Secret of Shadow Ranch. Literally same title. Actually, the next game... No, the game after the next one we play is also based directly on a book. But yeah, this one is number 5 in the entire series. So this is old. Oh, jeez. Oh, this is... It doesn't want to open past this point. I could swear I read this one in this particular book. Was I just really careful? This might have been the one that I read in, like, the time it took to get home from the bookstore. No, I think... No, because I read them in order. It was one of the later books. This takes place in Phoenix, Arizona, which is going to be really cool. I go to Phoenix every single year for Phoenix Fan Fusion. So that's going to be really fun. Yeah, this was written originally in 1931. So this particular book is republished in the 1990s, I want to say. 93. This is the republished from 93 right here. Still in really good shape though, for being a book that's 30 years old. Jeez. And it's just so... I think part of it is just I never cracked the spine. Should we crack the spine? Post in the comments if you want me to crack the spine when we play the last part of this, when we finish up the game. Part of me doesn't. It's really nice, but just let me know in the comments if you want me to crack the spine when we finish the game. So yeah, this is based on a book. It is one of the older games from 2005, which I find hilarious that all of these older Nancy Drew games are working very well. I cannot get Dragon Age Origins to play anymore. It refuses to load. It's not even crashing anymore. It's just telling me that it's already running, even though it's not. I've tried so many things to get it to work. It's not going to work. So Dragon Age Origins, I think I'm going to, unfortunately, have to call that one. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch a playthrough of it, and then I might try to play Dragon Age 2. That way I can still kind of get that story and that lore that I'm really interested in. And then DA2, I'll try and play that one, which should hopefully work better because that's a newer game. But I love it. This is like a 2005 game. It's probably going to work, for the most part, pretty fine. Dragon Age Origins is 2009, guys. And the old Nancy Drew games are working better. That's really sad. Maybe it's just because these are less. These aren't as much as Dragon Age Origins. So I'm sorry if you were enjoying Dragon Age Origins. I'm just gonna have to foobar that one, and I'll probably go watch somebody else play, and then I'll jump back in with Dragon Age 2. And then this fall we will play the Veilguard. I've already played Inquisition a lot of times, so we're not gonna do that one. So Veilguard this fall, once it drops, let me know. I'm also thinking about playing Star Wars Outlaws, which I think drops in August. So I've got some games once the fall hits. It's just nothing until then. It's just gonna be Nancy Drew. All the Nancy Drews. As usual, if you enjoy watching this video, make sure you click the like button. Please leave a comment below, especially if you want me to crack this spine on the last video on the book. And then, of course, if you want to watch me play through the Nancy Drew games, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you know when I post, although generally it posts every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. That could change here in the next few weeks. I am a virtual teacher. School is starting up in a couple of weeks, so that could change. We'll see. We'll see how things go and the kind of schedule I can get working. But for now, let's jump into the secret of Shadow Ranch.
Welcome to my latest case, The Secret of Shadow Ranch. To start, choose Junior or Senior Detective. If you're new to adventure games or need some help, choose Gameplay Overview.
So this is going to be one of the games where we start to have a notepad on us at all times with a checklist. I said previously we were going to keep a junior detective partially for the sake of time, but definitely so when we get to this point I have my checklist. The checklists are really helpful for me, especially when I'm not playing the whole game straight through, because then I can come back to the game later and look at my checklist and be like, where was I? What was I doing? Because you might notice from some of my previous videos, sometimes I'll come back in and I'm like, and I don't remember where we were at or what we were doing. So we're definitely going to keep a junior detective, mainly so I can have that checklist. I really want there to be like a middle ground, like a middle detective somewhere in there. So that way, like, I can have the checklist, but the puzzles are more difficult. That's what I want. Is a middle ground where I can have a checklist and the puzzles are difficult. Because if you choose senior detective, then you don't get the checklist.
Dear Hannah, well, I made it to Shadow Ranch, but I'm afraid all is not well. The Raleighs, the people who own the ranch, have been called away on some kind of emergency. They had Dave Gregory, he's their foreman, pick me up at the airport. He gave me a phone number, told me to call the Raleighs at that number as soon as I got settled in, and refused to tell me anything else. In fact, he barely said 2 words to me the whole ride to the ranch. What's worse, Bess and George aren't here yet, which is very strange, because even though we had to take different flights, we figured we'd get into Phoenix at about the same time. Being here without them feels odd. After all, the Raleighs are their aunt and uncle, not mine. I wouldn't even be here if Bess and George hadn't begged them to invite me out to the ranch for 2 weeks too. Until about 3 months ago, the Raleighs owned a clothing store. Bess said it was always their dream to sell the store and buy a cattle ranch. I hope they're okay, but frankly, as beautiful as Shadow Ranch is, I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this place. Love, Nancy.
Oh, jeez. Still fixing up front porch. Use back door. All right, Dave. We'll do. Oh, this is... Why is this? Look at this. We have a text. We have an internet browser on our phone. This was a fancy phone from the early thousands. Phone numbers we can call. All right. Why are you highlighted? Am I supposed to call somebody? Raleigh's maybe?
Hello? Hello, Mrs. Raleigh. It's Nancy Drew.
Nancy, are you at the ranch?
Yes, and I'm a little concerned that you're not. Is everything all right?
Oh, everything's fine. I mean, it is now. It wasn't last night, of course.
Everything would have been fine last night if you hadn't made such a fuss.
How could I not make a fuss? There was a rattlesnake in our bedroom, for Pete's sake.
Did you say rattlesnake?
I told Ed to leave it alone and let one of the hands get it out of there, but no, Ed started poking at it with my yardstick, and all of a sudden it leapt up and bit him.
How bad?
Well, his arm swelled up something awful, and he was feeling pretty poorly by the time we finally got him here.
I was fine. She's exaggerating.
Oh, Ed, you wish. Anyway, dear, he's doing much better today, and the doctors think he'll be well enough to go home in a day or so.
I'm well enough to go home right now.
No, you're not. If I don't stay here with him, he'll get up and walk right out that door.
No, I won't.
What can I do to help you?
Oh, nothing, dear. Absolutely nothing. You just go get a horse from Tex. He's the head wrangler, and go riding to your heart's content. I told Shorty to go ahead with the cookout I planned for tonight, and...
The envelope. Have her take that envelope to Mary.
Oh, good idea. There's an envelope in the roll-top desk in the den marked Mary. If you could ride over to Mary Yazzie and give it to her, we'd really appreciate it.
I'd love to. Is there an address on the envelope?
Dave will tell you how to get there.
She's gonna have to get the key to the desk from him, too.
Oh, that's right. I always lock the roll top. Dave has the key. Oh, dear. It seems like there was something else I wanted to tell you.
Oh, horse, man. Tell her about the phantom horse.
Did he say phantom horse?
Yes. You see, last night we...
Hello, Mr. Raleigh. Time for those tests.
Uh-oh. We have to go. Don't worry about us, dear. You just go have fun. Just be sure to wear a hat and drink plenty of water. It's gonna be another hot one. Bye!
No, wait. Just tell me about the... phantom horse?
The accuracy. Okay, give me a second. I think a cat wants in the office. I've got everybody now. Both cats were at George's store. And he wants to play with us, apparently. He wanted to come in as well. So I've got both dogs and both cats. This is a very crowded office right now. 2 cats, 2 dogs, and me. It's... Alright, let me write down a timestamp real quick for letting the cats in. So, to help me out with editing. Alright, let's try Bess and George real quick and figure out where the heck they are.
Hello?
Hi, Bess. It's me. I'm at the ranch. Where are you guys?
Omaha.
Omaha? As in Nebraska?
Our plane had to land here so they could fix some radio problem, and now they're saying... It's Nancy. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, George.
Now they're saying we may be here for hours.
Well, at least they didn't cancel the flight.
Yet. I mean, who knows what's really going on? Yeah, no one around here ever gives you a straight answer. So what's going on there?
Nothing much. If you don't count the fact that last night Uncle Ed and Aunt Bet found a rattlesnake in their room.
Oh my gosh! Are they okay?
Well, actually, it bit Uncle Ed.
Is he alright?
He will be. Right now he's in the hospital. He'll probably be there for a day or 2. Aunt Bet's staying with him.
Oh my gosh!
And apparently a phantom horse showed up at just about the same time as that snake.
A phantom horse? Of all the times to get stranded in some stupid airport. Look, you just better keep us posted, Nancy Drew. That's all I gotta say. We're so bored. George just bought a book on 19th century clothing and accessories.
George did?
It's the only thing in the bookstore here that looked halfway interesting. So if you need to know anything that's even remotely related to 19th century fashion, let us know, okay?
Sounds good to me.
So what else has been going on?
That's it for now.
2 words, Nancy. Call us.
So I forgot I was going to talk about that. Number 1, rattlesnake bites. Scary. If you ever get bitten by a rattlesnake, especially a diamondback, you get to the hospital immediately. If you can catch the snake and take it with you, that's helpful for the anti-venom, but also horrifying. And also tough to catch a rattlesnake if you don't know how to handle snakes. So regardless, though, definitely always get to the hospital right away like they did. It can be deadly. A rattlesnake bite, especially diamondback rattlesnake, can be deadly. But as long as you get to the hospital quickly enough, they have anti-venoms, they know how to deal with it, you're going to be fine. I'm actually surprised they're keeping him for so long. Usually they only keep you for a certain amount of hours. You don't have any major adverse effects to the anti-venom, and to make sure that it's working the way it's supposed to be working. Just basically for observation purposes. So yeah, normally. What I love though is they nailed like farmer rancher attitude when it comes to medical stuff, especially for the guy, where he's like, it wasn't that bad, and his wife's like, I had to like, it's so accurate. It's so accurate. My mother worked for NMSU, working in the ag departments. Knew a lot of agriculture guys, a lot of farm guys and ranch guys. They were all like that. They wouldn't go to the doctor unless it was like the last ditch effort. They just throw some dirt on there and keep going. Their wives had to make them go to the doctor or the hospital. Basically, if you are working in an ER in any rural area where you're going to have farmers and ranchers, if that farmer or rancher says that he went in there without his wife telling him to go, it's a problem. And they need to be brought back immediately. Something's wrong. Something's very wrong. So I just absolutely love the accuracy of that. It's perfect. So accurate. So yeah. Guys, leave the cats alone. Yes, I know they're in the office with you. It's weird. Leave them alone. If you get stabbed in the nose with a claw, I'm just gonna tell you I told you so. Jeez, sorry about that. All right, let's explore. Let's look at the bookshelf here. What do we got? Nothing on that shelf. I'm not seeing anything on this shelf either. So we can just get close to the shelf. If we can't read anything, well, fine. What about this side? Nope. Why is this still... Oh! I already called them. That's the roll top that we need the key for. What's this? The little corner seat with some blankets in it, alright. Why are you still acting like there's something that I have to do? What? I've already called them. Oh, there's a book here, alright. City Slicker's Guide to Ranch Horses, Book 1. Alright. It's 21st century and they still use horses? Oh yeah. While much of the work on a modern cattle ranch can be done using motorized vehicles, a great deal of it's still best accomplished on horseback. Cowboys can keep track of cattle grazing in rough terrain more easily by riding a horse. You're less likely to scare the cattle. Which can navigate the same steep, rocky gillies that cattle can, that too, than by driving a pickup truck. Cattle tend to accept a horse and rider in their midst more readily than a noisy dirt bike. And jobs like herding and sorting, which require quick changes of direction and speed in order to control the movements of excited, confused, and sometimes just plain stubborn cows and calves, would be all but impossible without a horse. In fact, anyone who has ever watched a good cutting horse at work can't help but wonder if it's the cowboy on its back that's obsolete. Choo-choo, horses like to work too, guys. Though the horse is found on working cattle ranches, or sometimes called cow ponies, they are not necessarily ponies. A pony is usually defined as a horse that's under 4.2 hands, 58 inches. They are more correctly called stock horses and are most likely to be quarter horses, paints, or Appaloosas. Gourd horse. Gourd horse was developed in 17th century America by colonists looking for horses that could excel in straight, short distance races. These quarter-mile horses, which evolved from Arab, Turk, and Barb breeds that were brought over from Europe, were compact, heavily muscled, even-tempered sprinters. When the pioneers went west, so did the quarter horse. And as cattle ranching grew in economic importance, the quarter horse, whose ability to start, stop, and turn quickly, and to anticipate and to thwart the movements of cattle, became an indispensable part of ranch life. Today, this incredible versatile horse can be seen everywhere, competing in ranch-related events such as cutting and roping events, as well as refined events such as dressage and show jumping. My mother used to do barrel racing and show jumping. Dressage is just, I don't know, it's like a dancing horse. It's interesting. According to the American Quarter Horse Association, founded in 1940 to preserve the breed, a quarter horse can be just about any color, from sorrel to buckskin to blue roan, but can only have white markings on the face and below the knees. The paint horse is a breed that, though is distinguished by its beauty markings, is not simply a color breed. To be officially recognized as a paint, a horse must be bred from horses registered with the American Paint Association, the American Quarter Horse Association, or the Jockey Club, which registers thoroughbreds. As a result, paint horses are similar when it comes to conformation. When it comes to coat patterns, however, no two paints are ever the same. Paints are categorized by 3 types of coat pattern: Tobiano, Overo, and Tovero. The head of a Tobiano is similar color-wise to that of a solid-colored horse. It may have no white on it at all, or it may have a blaze, stripe, star, or snip. All 4 of its legs below the knees and hocks are usually white. White markings on its body are regular and often round or oval shapes, and its tail is frequently 2 colors. The head of an Overo has bold white markings, and its body displays irregular, scattered splashes of white. Its back between its withers and its tail, as well as 1 or all 4 of its legs, is usually dark, and its tail is usually a single color. Tovero describes those paints whose coat patterns fail to fall neatly into either the Tobiano or Overo category, basically the other. Such as a horse with a bald white face, 4 white legs, and a predominantly dark body that displays regularly shaped white markings. To further complicate matters, there is no guarantee that breeding 2 paint horses will result in a painted foal. However, solid-colored horses with paint horse bloodlines can be, and are, used for breeding. Like the quarter horse, paints can be found wherever calm, sturdy, willing mounts are required. The Appaloosa was developed by the Nez Perce tribe, I think that's an E, of the inland northwest. It is unclear whether the Nez Perce established the breed using horses which the Spanish introduced to North America in the early 18th century, or whether the Appaloosa migrated across the land bridge between Asia and North America with the Nez Perce thousands of years earlier, as ancient Asian pictography of spotted horses suggest. In any case, by the 1800s, the Nez Perce had a remarkably large head of these strong, sure-footed, colorful horses. While its general conformation is similar to that of other stock horses, the Appaloosa has several distinguishing characteristics. No other breed possesses its highly distinctive spotted coat pattern. Most common is the blanket pattern, where an otherwise solid-colored horse will still have white hindquarters with dark spots. Some Appaloosas are white with uniformly sized dark spots that create a leopard pattern. Some are a mottled mix of light and dark hair. The skin on the nose and lips of an Appaloosa is a mixture of pigmented and non-pigmented skin, giving it an almost freckled appearance. The white of its eyes, the sclera, is indeed white and readily visible. This is not the case with other breeds, giving the Appaloosa a very alert, wide-awake appearance. Mules and other breeds. Geez, how long is this book? Mules can still be found on some ranches, the cross between a female horse and a male donkey. A mule is known for being sure-footed and unflappable. As a result, it is still often used as a pack animal. Gaited horses such as Paso Finos, Peruvian Pasos, and Tennessee walking horses are extremely smooth to ride, and as a result, have their place on some working ranches. And then draft horses can still be found pulling wagons and sleighs, though it's usually to keep visitors amused rather than to get ranch chores done. Alright, there's the City Slickers Guide. Weird looking horse thing there.
That's not the right time. Must be broken.
I think there's more to it than that because it's also got colors. Another bookshelf. Just gotta get the books out of the way here. Charlene Purcell. Why is that name familiar? Like Wind Through My Heart. To Bet, Charlene. Okay.
Phoenix and surrounding areas will be hot and dry today, with temperatures expected to reach the mid-90s by 5 this afternoon. After that, temperatures will begin to drop, with a nighttime low in the mid-60s. Most areas to the south and west of Phoenix can expect more heat for the next several days, while areas to the north and east should also expect rapidly developing thunderstorms. So if you're going to be hiking, biking, camping, or horseback riding, be aware that sudden downpours and flash floods are always a possibility at this time of year, and don't go into the wilderness areas unprepared.
We've got several livestock auctions in the area.
No, I don't care about that.
Frances Humber. Wonder who she was.
Mid-90s isn't actually that bad for Phoenix area. Now it's like outside of Phoenix, but still. Good to know. Put that in our phone. Some kind of recipe. Oh, this isn't a recipe. Ooh, I'm taking a photo of this. Not just for this, but also for me. Oh, it takes up so much of my screen. There we go. Cool. This is just handy. Oh, there's more. It's just really helpful. Cool. I'm sure I'll need to cook at some point then. Oh, probably in that station right there. Rattlesnake chili. Onions, green pepper, garlic, beef. Rattlesnake meat? I never had rattlesnake. Chicken will do. Interesting. Okay. Taco salad. Ooh, taco salad's so good. I don't do kidney beans in mine though. I don't do lettuce, but I don't. Tomatoes trigger my. Well, I do lettuce. Sorry, I don't do tomatoes. Tomatoes trigger my gag reflex. I don't know why. It's actually very frustrating. Ranch with Thousand Island dressing, taco sauce, oregano. Yes. Browning it, add kidney beans to the meat side. Now I want taco salad. Ranch cake? Oh, not that. Okay. My brain went to a different ranch. My favorite. Butter, eggs, milk, flour, baking powder, sugar, vanilla. Very simple. And my marzipan flour. Sunny fry bread. Fry bread's good. Corn fritters. Wait. Okay. For a second. Adobe bread. Vinegar pie? I don't even want to look at that. Yeah,
Hey, you must be Nancy. I'm the cook, Shorty Thurman. Welcome to Shadow Ranch. Come on over here and tell me about yourself. You have talked to the Rawleys, right?
I have, and I still can't believe what happened to Ed.
That is creepy, isn't it? But the horse, that was even creepier. See, I was just about to crawl into bed last night when all of a sudden this glowing horse comes galloping up outside. It stops and rears and paws, whinnying and snorting. Then it just wheels around and gallops off into the night. It was Dirk Valentine's horse, you know. Now it's a phantom.
Dirk Valentine?
Dirk Valentine was an outlaw around here back in the 1880s. Legend has it he was in love with Frances Humber. She lived right here on Shadow Ranch. Unfortunately, her daddy was the sheriff.
Something tells me this story does not have a happy ending.
Because of him, Valentine was captured and eventually hanged. Ever since, the ghost of his horse has been roaming the desert, cursing whoever sees him with bad luck.
What a great story.
Story? All I know is Ed Rawley sees the horse, and what happens less than 2 minutes later? He gets bit by a rattlesnake. You do the math.
Well, I'd better get going.
Pleasure talking to you.
I have two theories. One is hologram. But I feel like they wouldn't have that in like '05. At least not that well. Two, somebody's painting a horse with bioluminescence paint or something like that. And they've trained it to scare people.
Hey, you're crowding me here, Nancy. I need elbow room when I cook.
Sorry.
Probably the dude I need stuff from, but I'd like to keep looking around. And the little campfire area is cute.
My antiperspirant's going to get a workout today.
So that's 100. So yeah, it's almost 90. That's gonna be a chicken coop. I don't think I should go in there without permit. Nope, that's the chicken coop. It's just a shed? Oh, yeah, this is just a shed. Okay. Sink. Machinery. Nothing to grab here yet? Okay. Let's go talk to
You
this
talked
guy.
to the Raleighs?
I sure did. Do you think Ed's gonna be all right?
He'll be okay. Getting bit by a rattler's no picnic, but it sounds like he's out of the woods.
How do you think that snake got into their room?
Probably crawled in through a mouse hole sometime during the day and took a nap. Nighttime's when they're most active. Something the Raleighs found out the hard way.
Has anything like that ever happened here before?
Not since I've been here. Guess you're gonna be asking me a lot of questions, huh?
I'm sorry. Am I bugging you?
The Raleighs said you were a detective.
Amateur detective. It's just kind of a hobby.
I'm gonna be honest with you, ma'am. We were short a couple hands to begin with, and now with the Raleighs gone and everybody on edge over what happened last night, well, this is not a good time to be visiting Shadow Ranch, that's all.
The Raleighs asked me to take something out to Mary Yazie's, but it's in a den in the roll-top desk, which is locked. They said you had the key?
Sure do. They gave me their key ring at the hospital.
Great, thanks.
To get to Mary's shop, just follow the trail that goes northeast out of the corral. Can't miss it. And I should probably warn you, she doesn't like the Raleighs.
Why not?
No idea. Not really any of my business.
I talked to my friends, Bess and George. Their plane's been delayed. They aren't sure when they're going to get here.
Sorry to hear that. Well, to be honest, I'm not, really. Driving back and forth to the airport takes a lot of time, and time's one thing we're all running kind of short of around here.
I'll let you get back to work.
Take care.
Got a whole bunch of stuff that's highlighted. Okay, there's the key. Oh, I got to go get the letter before I can leave. Alright, I've got some notes now, and I've got a checklist now.
Check.
That. Oh, cool. This is one of the ones where I check it off. It doesn't auto check off. Yes. That's what I wanted. The auto check off is alright. I just feel it's a little too easy. I want to be able to just have a task list and check it off as I go through. That's why I feel like there needs to be like a middle ground. You know, something between junior and senior detective. That has a checklist, but more difficult puzzles, and one that I have to check it off. I don't know why the phone keeps telling me, like, I read this. It's been read. Oh. Search, cool, I can search stuff. Oh, rattlesnakes. Yeah, here we go. Out of the 17 types of rattlesnakes that call Arizona home, the western diamondback is the most common. We've got the western diamondback where I'm at as well. Gets its shape from the brown and tan diamond-shaped markings on its back. The head's also kind of diamond-shaped as well. Kind of. More diamond-shaped than a regular rattlesnake. Like, this head does not look accurate for a diamondback. It's just a regular rattler right here, even though it has the diamonds on the back. Has a flat triangular shaped head. Yeah, this is not triangular. It's two. That's more like I don't know what you'd call that. Like a spade? No, that's not a spade. Long, tubular, retractable fangs, oval eye, pupils, a thin neck, thick and powerful body. They can jump like twice their body length. It's insane. Usually found on land, they can swim. They can swim, so you still want to be careful in the river areas. Hibernate in the winter in rocky crevices or holes. Maybe cooler months. In the cooler months of the spring, they may be found in open areas where they can soak up the sun. While in the hot summer months, they tend to remain in the shade in the daytime, doing most of their hunting at night. They feed on small mammals, lizards, and birds, which they inject with venom, and then swallow whole. I probably should have put a warning on this. Baby rattlesnakes are born live and are extremely poisonous from birth. When disturbed, most rattlesnakes will try to withdraw. They will. When you're hiking in these areas, you really want to like stomp around. Like you want to put some heavy footsteps down. You don't jog. You don't hike lightly. You put some heavy footsteps down, because that's going to kind of warn snakes or any other creatures like, hey, there's big human beings walking through here. Like, they don't want to bite you, guys. They bite you out of fear. In fact, that's the whole reason they have rattles, is the rattles are a warning. It's a, hey, I am here, leave me alone kind of thing. So if you go closer to it, then because they've coiled up defensively, they will, and they can jump a very long distance. But for the most part, if you hear that little, that was a horrible sound effect. But if you hear the rattler, back up, leave the area, like go back the way you came, leave the area, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. They're not gonna bite you out of, they're not violent. You want violent, that's the wild pigs. Wild pigs will attack on sight. They're horrifying. I'm not talking javelinas. I'm talking wild pigs. There is a difference. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do not apply a tourniquet if you're bitten. Cut the bite site and try to suck out the venom. Ugh. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. You're just going to get... Now 2 people have venom. And don't apply ice to the site either. Instead, remain calm, wash it, keep the bite still lower than the heart, and just go to the hospital. You have to get anti-venom. Yeah, don't waste time trying to capture a kill. If you're able to capture it very quickly, if you had an expert next to you on site that can catch it, that's fine. But yeah, don't waste your time. Get to a hospital. If it's going to take too long, just get to a hospital. Knowing the type of snake can be helpful, but it's not necessary. It is instantly painful. Swelling occurs, discoloration. You'll experience a metallic or rubbery taste, potentially. Nausea, chills, sweating, weakness. And they give you an antivenom. Ooh, it can cause blood clotting problems. I didn't know that. But yeah, as long as you go to the hospital, guys. As long as you get to the hospital. Let's see. Scorpions. I hate scorpions. If you walk around at night in the desert areas, you want to have a black light with you. The black light, so scorpions like glow under a black light. So definitely you want to take that with you. Yeah. Yeah, nocturnal hunters feeding on insects. I hate scorpions. I've seen one in my house before, and I hate it. Always check your shoes. Always check your shoes, especially if they've been outside. Black scorpions. Yeah, there's a few different types of scorpions. No matter which one you get, you get stung by a scorpion, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. But yeah, it is no more serious than ants, bees, or wasps. I'm just summarizing. I'm just flipping through this. I'm not going to read the whole thing, guys. You want to read the whole thing? Pause the screen as I have it on here and read it. But yeah, it's very similar to ants, bees, wasps. Unless you're allergic, it's not that bad. Bark scorpions, yeah, they can have severe pain, swelling, numbing. If you notice anything that's just too weird, muscle twitching, convulsions of difficulty breathing, you start getting symptoms of an allergic reaction, then you want to go seek immediate medical attention. But for the most part, you just want to clean the area. And yeah, if it's really bad, they'll give you some anti-venom. You'll be fine. But they suck. They're painful. Oh. And what else do we have here? Arizona General. Okay, yeah. Ancestral Puebloans. Anasazi. Because, yep, in Navajo for ancient enemies. Modern-day Native Americans object to the term and refer to their ancestors as ancestral Puebloans or the ancient ones. I believe that's accurate. I'd have to ask my students. I have a lot of Native American students. Hunters, foragers. For me, this is like, I know this. This was part of my history class, my local history classes. You know how everyone has to take like their state's history class? The New Mexico history class also taught about a bunch of this stuff because New Mexico and Arizona, they're sister states. They have a lot in common. They're sister states. In fact, for a while, they were potentially going to be split horizontally instead of vertically. The only reason they were split vertically was because the southern part of the New Mexico area wanted Santa Fe as their capital. So that was a major part of why they split it vertically. It was a fight on the capital. But for a little while, they were talking about splitting it vertically, so it would have been like these like thin strips of states. It would have looked really wonky. I guess we would have been used to it, though, if that had happened. So that was the original thought. So, like, southern New Mexico would have been with, like, Tucson. And actually, I think Phoenix is south enough. Yeah, Phoenix might be south enough. It would have been with southern New Mexico. I had to look at a map. Phoenix is in a weird little spot. So yeah, so I know a lot of this. So like I'll try to give a little bit of time to give you the chance to like pause and read this. But honestly, like I know a lot of the ancestral Puebloans. I know about the cliff dwellings. They have the Mesa Verde ones. We have different ones. I know about Kivas. If you ever have a chance to go to cliff dwellings, it's really cool. Mirrors made of mica. Yeah, they were big into astronomy more than people think. Like they really studied the stars. They have cool stories about the stars actually. I learned about that in a high school astronomy class. We got to hear all of these like local Native American stories about their constellations and stories related to their constellations. It's really cool. And now I have a whole bunch of students who are in it from various reservations in my states. So a bunch of different Native American cultures coming in. It's really cool to talk with them and to learn from them. So I just know a lot of this, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not going to read through all of this because I already know a lot of it just from living in the area. I already did that. Arizona. Wow. February 14th, 1912. One day after New Mexico. We beat you guys by a day. A single day. The Grand Canyon State, they do have the Grand Canyon in Arizona. Been there. Honestly, I don't get the appeal. Sorry, Arizona. It was a big hole in the grounds. It's beautiful, but it's a big hole in the grounds. For anyone who is afraid of heights, don't go to the Grand Canyon because it's a long drop. Arizona is the Spanish interpretation of the Aztec word Arizuma, which meant silver bearing. Yep, they found silver in the 1700s. I don't know too much of Arizona's specific history. You know, they have a lot of similarities to New Mexico. I don't know much about like the silver, copper. Apparently they had biggest producer of copper So they have a copper-colored star, okay. Long before Spanish, Arizona was populated by semi-nomadic Native Americans known as basket makers. They hunted, farmed, made baskets and pottery. The ancient Puebloan culture, also known as the Anasazi, rose to prominence in the area. Their rock art still exists today. As too many stone and adobe communal living quarters they built. Seriously, guys, you gotta go check them out. They're so pretty. Oh yeah, alcoves of cliffs. Yeah, gotta check out the cliff dwellings, guys. 1350, they had abandoned the area. Among the Native American tribes that still exist in Arizona today are the Hopi. Some who believe are direct descendants of the ancestral Puebloans. The Zuni, the Navajo, and Apache. Navajo and Apache are also in New Mexico. The bloom of the saguaro cactus is Arizona's state flower. While the cactus wren, which often builds its nest inside a cactus, is the state bird. Rattlesnakes and scorpions are... Yeah, no more scorpions, man. Saguaro cactus. This is what makes Arizona and its particular desert so interesting, as they have the saguaro. Yeah, only the Sonoran Desert. Thank you. It's called the Sonoran Desert. I'm in the Chihuahuan Desert, I believe, which apparently isn't technically a desert, because sometimes we get just a little too much rain by like 2 inches. Whatever. Arizona is a true desert. The Sonoran Desert technically is a true desert. Southwestern Arizona, southeastern California. The kind of cactus is extremely slow growing, saguaro. At the end of its first year, a seedling may only be 1/4 of an inch long. At the end of 15 years, it may only be a foot tall. After 75 years, it will grow its first arms and which begins as prickly nubs that gradually grow outward and upward. Saguaros are interesting. The longer a saguaro lives, the taller it becomes, the more arms it has. The biggest saguaros are over 200 years old. Oh, I lost it. And have more than 50 arms and weigh up to 8 tons. On average, squirrels live to be from 150 to 175 years old. Squirrel is susceptible to freezing temperatures, yes, which is why it is really found an elevation of 3,500 feet. The thick tissue covering its vertical ribs absorbs water and causes the tree to swell like an accordion when it rains, as its ribs expand to hold the water. The squirrel lives off this stored water, enabling it to go long periods without precipitation. So a lot of cacti do that. In May and June, 3-inch wide, creamy white flowers with yellow centers appear near the end of the saguaro's main branches. When pollinated, these flowers produce fruit, which contain thousands of tiny seeds. Birds eat the fruit, and in doing so help disperse the seeds to create new generations of saguaros. Okay. I think we've read all the stuff. We've called all the people we need to call. Stop telling me that you have a thing that you need me to do. All right, what have we got? All right, that's the letter to Mary. What else is here? To Ed and Bet Raleigh's, just because you 5'd me, don't make another mistake and think that you heard the last of me, because you haven't. We all know that I deserved a second chance. Letting me go without giving me one was just plain wrong.
Sounds like this Jane Nash person has it out for the Raleighs.
Yeah. In fact, you know what your problem is? You don't believe in justice. But see, I do. That's the way my brother and I were raised. Justice always prevails, although sometimes it needs a little help. Interesting.
The Raleighs sold a trunk full of junk to Mary Yazzie.
Huh. Anything else? Ooh. Sure. That will probably come in handy somewhere. Can I look at this thing that's up here? No? Okay. Yeah, I also know a fair amount about Arizona. I'm still a little shaky on some of their history, but my my boyfriend is from there, and his parents currently live in Arizona, so... Beefsteak, Golden Queen, and Black Turtle. That's not accurate. That's Northern Lights, Old Ivory Egg, and Romano. Can I take some of these? I don't think those are labeled correctly. I need a horse. Ah. Barrel bending. Wait, does this mean I have to go? Jeez. Does this mean that I have to freaking... Oh man. I don't want to run barrels. All the different parts of an American quarter horse. Hello.
So which one are you?
Excuse me?
The Raleighs said they were going to be inviting some young ladies out here. I take it you're one of them.
Yes, I'm Nancy Drew. And you are?
I'm the head wrangler. You want to ride, you come to me. You prove to me you know what you're doing, I may just let you.
How do I prove to you I know what I'm doing?
First thing you're gonna do is never ride unless you're wearing a hat and gloves. And unless you got a full canteen of water. You can wear that hat over there. It's Mrs. Raleigh's. Got a helmet built right in. Her gloves are on the saddle you'll be using. And you can get a canteen from Shorty. Then you're gonna saddle and bridle your horse. No need to brush him. I do that when I bring him in. Then you're gonna lead him to the mountain block in the corral and mount up. Then I'm gonna ask you some questions. You can't ride outside the corral till you get all the answers right.
Once I pass your test, can I ride any time I want?
Long as you talk to me first. When you're done riding, you're gonna dismount, hook your horse up, take the saddle and bridle off, and put him back where you got him. Always keep your gloves with your saddle.
Do these horses ground tie?
Yep. If you get off when you're on the trail, don't tie your reins to nothing. Just drop them. And barring an earthquake or something, old Bob will stay put.
Bob? Who's Bob?
The bay over there. Name's Bob. That's who I'm putting you on.
Did you see the Phantom Horse last night?
I saw something. Just what? I still ain't sure.
Talk to you later.
Yahoo.
Alright, let us grab the hat. Where's the hat? There's the hat. And then let us... Well, we're probably gonna help feed if there's horse feed and stuff there.
Well, hello there.
Bob, Clyde, and Ace. Hi, Bob. We're gonna get along just fine. Horses are just big dogs, guys. Just big dogs. I'd go get a canteen from Shorty. Actually, it's
Hey there,
very smart.
Nancy. Man, I wish the Raleighs were here.
Me too. It'll be nice to talk to them in person.
I'm really looking forward to you and me sitting down and having a nice conversation. Especially with all the weird stuff that's going on. I'm so busy getting all their chores done in addition to my own that I barely have time to talk to myself, let alone to you. Enough of me complaining. What's up?
Well, I'd better get going.
Come back soon.
No, I need a canteen. Oh, I did that.
I'm finished with that.
But I need a canteen.
Miss Nancy, how may I be of service?
Well, I'd better get going.
Don't be a stranger.
He's not gonna let me ride without water. He did say talk to Shorty, right? Got the
Need
hat.
something?
May I go riding now?
Nope. With the Raleighs gone, the ranch is real short-handed. Before you ride, you're gonna have to go see if Shorty's got any chores that need doing. Gotta get a canteen from him anyway.
Talk to you later.
Just
Trying
stay
to
out of trouble.
Did I have to talk to you first or something? Real quick, where's Bob's? Dandy, Cookie, Clyde, Ace. Where's Bob's? I was gonna get the gloves off of Bob's. I already looked at that. Oh, there's Bob's. Rats. You guys gotta get a cat on this ranch, man. And before someone comes at me, yes, they get
You
cats
got
on
some
ranches.
friends back there? I don't wanna
Specifically.
lug this saddle around all day. I should put it back.
Fine. I was gonna. Can I keep the gloves? All I wanted was the gloves. No, yeah, okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, a lot of farms and ranches will get cats specifically to help with rodent infestations, to help avoid rodent infestation specifically.
Miss Nancy, how may I be of service?
Tex said I should get a canteen from you and see if there are any chores you'd like me to do.
Music to my ears. First thing you can do for me is go out to the garden and pick all the ripe vegetables. You know what ripe vegetables look like, don't you?
You bet I do.
Good, because if you pick vegetables that aren't ripe yet, I'll be real ticked. You can put them in the vegetable basket that's hanging outside. And one more thing. Sometime today, I need you to build a cooking fire in the pit outside. I'll light it when I'm ready to start cooking. And be sure to fill the bucket out there with water and leave it by the pit. You know, just in case something catches on fire that isn't supposed to. The Raleighs wanted to have a cookout tonight, and by golly, we're gonna have a cookout no matter who is or isn't here.
Well,
Yes, sir.
I'd better get going.
Don't be a stranger.
We can do that.
I haven't done that yet.
I did ask Shorty if he has chores. I haven't done the chores, but I did ask. I really hope I can figure out what veggies are actually considered ripe. I probably should have asked. Pretty sure it's those. These all look, except for that one. These look good. I probably did this wrong. Pretty sure these need to be the brownish ones. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I don't know in this old ivory, I'm totally just guessing.
It's so hot, I should get these vegetables into Shorty right away.
Yeah, I totally messed up on the vegetables.
Pick those vegetables for me yet?
You betcha.
Oh no, you got stuff in here that isn't ripe yet. Picking stuff before it's ripe is a waste of perfectly good food. So don't do it again, you hear? Now, second thing I need you to do for me is take this, go out to the chicken coop and fill it up with eggs. Just be careful of that basket. It's kinda old. And don't forget to build me that campfire like I asked.
Right.
I'm working on the campfire.
Something goes here. Something goes here. I should split all the wood first.
So I need to go here. Do I need to step? Oh, I see.
Just missed.
There we go. That one was easy.
Just call me Nancy Paul Bunyan Drew.
No.
Wonder who wrote this.
Huh.
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, I do these ones first.
Not
Probably
yet.
actually that makes sense. What do you mean? Not yet. Do I not have enough sticks? Darn it. Grab that so we can fill it with water. This isn't the chickens. Oh, hold up. I'll grab these sticks. Hey, Hugh, don't even think about taking my eggs when I'm here. It makes me crazy. That's hilarious. Hope. 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 Oh, geez, there's like no eggs.
Oh no! There's a hole in it.
Oh, I have to like... That makes more sense. This has got to be this one. It's so short. Aha. There we go. That's got to go there. That would go there. Okay. That one's gotta go there. That one goes there. I think that one goes there. That goes there. Ah, I see.
There. Am I good or what? Voila!
All right. There's like no eggs though. Those are the only ones. Yeah, those are the only ones. Oh, steaks. How many steaks do I need? Oh, I
Jack.
did that.
That
I've got to have enough sticks now.
not yet.
Oh, there's more. This has got to be enough sticks, right?
I need to start with tinder. Not
Yeah,
yet.
no, tinders were like paper. I don't have anything for that. Well, then let's figure out where I fill up the bucket. Actually, probably fill it up in here. There we go. Dude, you want it in here.
those eggs for me?
Not yet.
I need those eggs, Nancy.
Well, there's no eggs right now. I need paper.
Hello, Nancy. Something I can do for you?
How long have you worked here?
About as long as the Raleighs have lived here. About 3 months, I guess. I was their first hire. First me, then Tex, then Shorty.
Tex seems a little ornery.
He does his job and he does it good. As far as I'm concerned, that's all that's important.
I'll let you get back to work.
See you later.
Tinder. Where to get Tinder? Anything over here? Some cardboard, maybe? Nope. Just use the recipes. That'll work, right? Hey, Tinder. Paint dries in record time due to record heat. Oh my god.
Bank robbers?
Denver bank robbers spotted at local gas station. Interesting. Alright, there we go. Check the fireplace. Okay, now we do this. We start first with
So far, so good.
that. And then we do our
That should do it.
sticks. Then we do.
There. One
There we go.
extremely well-built campfire, if I do say so myself.
Great looking fire, Nancy. Nice job.
Cool. Check stuff off. Did
That's
that.
done. Check.
Did that. Now I just gotta finish getting the eggs. Not you. All right. Got
You can
eggs.
find more eggs than that.
I can.
There were no more eggs. Dude, I got places to go and people to talk to. Let me guess, there's more that I need to look at. Oh, harvesting vegetables. I probably should have looked at this first. Yeah, I should have looked at this. Well, if we have to get more veggies later, we'll do that. Okay, that's all I got. There's no more, dude.
Got those eggs for me?
Right here.
Good for you. Anything I can do for you now?
Do you think I could get a canteen of water from you?
Got one right here. You're good to go.
Well, I'd better get going.
Come back soon.
All right. I want to talk to that woman before I wrap things up. What now? Stop telling me that there's things I need to do on the phone. Okay. I did my chores.
Check.
So now let's go drop off the freaking letter and talk to that woman.
Need something?
May I go writing now?
Yep. If you got everything I told you need, and you think you know your stuff when it comes to horses, old Bob's all yours.
Talk to you later.
Yahoo!
Alright, let's go saddle up Bob. Hey Bob, I've got this for you. No, what?
Come on, Bob. I'm ready.
Ready for some questions?
I think so.
Where's the horse's hocks?
Oh. Did I take a photo of that? I don't think I took a photo of that. I'll cheat on this one. Horses. Hocks. Okay, it's like its knees.
Where's the horse's hocks?
Shush. I'm looking that up. Yeah, it's like it's
On its back legs.
That's 1 out of 10.
out of 10.
Ask me something else.
Where's the horse's frog?
I should have taken a photo. Ah. Oh my gosh, it's so zoomed in.
Where's the horse's frog?
I'm looking that up. Its hoof.
On the bottom of its hoof.
2 out of 10. Got a long way to go.
Ask me something else.
How tall is a horse that's 15 hands?
Well, how Google's like, oh, you're looking up the horse things. Okay. The unit measurement that's equal to 4 inches.
How tall is a horse that's 15 hands?
What was 4 times 15? What is 4 times 15? Five feet.
5 feet.
3 down, 7 to go.
Ask me something else.
What kind of a horse is a Paso Fino?
Oh, crap, were you right about this? Was that a quarter or a paint?
What kind of a horse is a Paso Fino?
I'm looking that up. Shush. Yeah, but what kind of horse is a Pasofino? Give me all this other stuff. What kind of a horse is a Pasofino? Oh, it's a gated.
A gated horse.
What kind of a horse is a Paso Fino?
But it's a gated horse.
A gated horse.
That's 4 right.
Ask me something else.
How can you tell if a horse is colicky?
Oh, great. Colic horses, man.
It keeps
How can
lying
you tell if a
down,
horse is
then
colicky?
standing up. It keeps lying down, then standing up.
That's 5. You're halfway there.
Ask me something else.
What's the difference between a bay and a chestnut?
Isn't it chestnut, light brown? Bay horse. Chestnut horse.
What's the difference between a bay and a chestnut?
Oh, shush.
A bay has black points.
Bingo. That was number 6.
Ask me something else.
What tribe bred the first Appaloosas?
The Nez Perce.
7 down. You're in the home stretch.
Ask me something else.
Remember
What
that
part
one?
of a horse is most likely to be hurt when it founders?
Horse. Founder. The soft tissue that connects a horse's hoof to its calf bone. To its feet.
It's feet.
8 right. Just 2 to go.
Ask me something else.
What part of the saddle should you always check before you head out on the trail?
Isn't it the cinch?
The cinch.
This here's your final question.
I'm ready.
What is a mule?
Hence the cinch.
The offspring of a female horse and a male donkey.
Well, you answered all the questions right. And I can tell by the way you sit, you ain't gonna go falling off for no good reason. So you're free to ride outside the corral. Just don't go galloping all over the place. Because if you bring old Bob back all hot and sweaty, you can kiss your cowgirl days at Shadow Ranch goodbye.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Bob. What do you say we do some sightseeing?
But Bob, why don't we go drop off this letter finally? And now I want to look at a map to figure out where Shadow Mountain is. Alright. Alright, let's look around.
That trunk looks really old.
Yep. What's over here? Petroglyphs of the Southwest. Oh yeah. Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, and Utah. Hey! Petroglyphs are images of human-like figures or abstract symbols that were carved into rock by members of ancient Native American cultures hundreds and even thousands of years ago. They're not the same as pictographs. They are petroglyphs. They are actually part of the rock. They are not painted on the rock. Nor should the images be confused with hieroglyphs, which is the ancient Egyptian system of writing using pictorial symbols. They are different. They are petroglyphs. Oh, there's some petroglyphs right there. That's cool. Oh, that's so cool. Alrighty. Old photos. These beautiful baskets, guys. We also deal in local antiques. Ask for details.
Tuning forks. Cool.
That is cool. This is so exciting to be playing this one. We polish rocks and petrified wood. Ask for details. Petrified wood is so cool. We found like an old... When I was off-roading one time, when I was younger, I was still a kid technically. We were off-roading and came across these like series of strange, large stone, and we finally realized this isn't stone. This is a bunch of petrified wood. And with the way it was lined out, we're like, this must have been a huge tree in the middle of the New Mexican desert. It's so cool. It takes 4 ingredients to petrify wood, or turn it into stone essentially. Wood, water, mud, and time. Trees that existed in the Triassic period 225 million years ago in swamps and alongside streams eventually died, toppled over, and were carried downstream. When these logs and branches eventually stopped, they became buried under thick layers of mud and debris. Lack of oxygen kept the wood from decaying, while the volcanic ash in the mud caused silica to slowly sweep into the wood, a process called permineralization. The silica gradually filled and eventually replaced the individual microstructures with quartz crystals. This petrification process continued for millions and millions of years, so that by the time the ocean that had formed above the wood receded, yes, parts of Arizona and New Mexico were underwater at one point. And the thick layers of sediment enshrouding it dried up and eroded away. The wood that was gradually exposed, the wood that we see today, had been turned to stone. But if petrified wood is largely quartz and quartz is colorless, why is petrified wood so colorful? When the silica seeped into the wood, it carried with it other minerals that were present in the mud, such as iron, copper, and manganese. Iron, or Fe, oxides cause the orange, rust, red, and yellow hues. seen in petrified wood, while copper produces green and blue tints, manganese results in pink and purple tips, and silica produces white and gray tints. Depending on their size, age, and visual appearance, pieces of petrified wood can sell for anywhere from $5 to several $1,000s. On public land regulated by the Bureau of Land Management, petrified wood is treated as a mineral and falls under mining laws, so that no permit is required to remove limited quantities of petrified wood for non-commercial purposes. Removal of petrified wood from national and state parks, however, is prohibited by law. Yeah, I don't know why we didn't. We should have taken like a chunk of that petrified wood and took it to the BLM. Which I know that's going to confuse people because more recently BLM has stood for Black Lives Matter. It confused me when they first started using that, the acronym, specifically BLM, because I was like, it's not the Bureau of Land Management. Because we'd always go off-roading on Bureau of Land Management and Property, or BLM, land. So I was so confused when that acronym started for Black Lives Matter, because I kept thinking Bureau of Land Management. This is really bad. But yeah, I don't know why we didn't do that, because it was Bureau of Land Management land, where we found that really cool, large amount of petrified wood. We should have taken it to the BLM and been like, look what we found. I was like, these, I hate these. Oh, am I the bird? I'm the bird. That was easy. I shouldn't have said that. There's more levels. Ooh. Nope, I'm dead. Nope. Ooh. Oh, I can't go. We could barely get through this one. They are on my tail.
Cool. An old token. Or something.
Yay. Sure, that's gonna come in handy. Oh, Charlena Purcell. Highly successful romance novelist Charlena Purcell will be touring the Southwest this summer. Meticulous, tireless researcher, Miss Purcell knows more about what went on in the 19th century Arizona than do most historians. Invite her to speak in front of your favorite organization and hear firsthand how she puts together her wonderfully detailed, emotionally rich works of fiction. Well, I have her phone number now, too.
What a beautiful horse.
Nothing else to look at? Nope, we're just gonna
Hi,
talk.
can I help you?
Hi, are you Mary Yazzie?
That's me. I didn't hear a car. Did you hike in or come by horse?
I rode here. I'm Nancy Drew.
So where are you staying?
With Ed and Elizabeth Raleigh. In fact, I have something for you. Bet wanted me to give you this.
Great. I want to buy a small piece of property from them. It must be their response.
Bad news?
They rejected my offer. Well, I guess that's that. But as long as you're here, look around. All the jewelry you see, all the rugs, the beadwork, the pottery, they were all made by local artists, including yours truly. So if you want to know something, especially if you want to know how much something is, just ask.
Is that you riding that beautiful Palomino in the picture over there?
That's my horse Banner. I train him myself.
What else can he do?
Anything I ask. He and I are both pretty talented.
Is that old trunk over there the one you bought from the Raleighs?
Yeah, they didn't want much for it, so I took it off their hands. Problem is, I still don't know what's in it because I can't figure out how to open it.
Have you asked the Raleighs about it?
They were no help, although they did offer to buy it back from me. I just told them to keep looking for a way to get it open.
Are there many petroglyphs around here?
If you take the trail to Cougar Bend, there are hundreds. A lot of them were probably made by the Anasazi. They lived in the area until about 700 years ago, when they just suddenly picked up and left.
I won something that looks like a token when I played that game over there. What is it?
They actually used those for something back in the 1880s, but I don't know what.
It was great talking to you.
Come in again.
So it's gonna be helpful for something. Do not enter when flooded. Flash flooding can be a real problem. In fact, I recommend if you're curious about flash flooding, check out videos of the flash flooding that happened in Ruidoso recently, right after the fire. Woo! It was rough. All right, let's see here. Oh, I did that.
That's done. That's done.
Oh. I've done all the things. What else do I do? Oh, dang. Trail stop, Cougar Bend. Let's check it out. Oh, it's a... Oh, I should have stopped at trail stop. I thought we'd do like a thing. Oh, we've got a rock like that where I live. I took my senior photos there eons ago. Oh, cool, an arrowhead. It's not like we don't find those literally everywhere.
If I had a rope, I could lasso that tree branch and pull myself up.
Yes, I probably could. Is that it? That's all. Okay. Let's go back to trail stop. Here lies Charlie, best mule what ever lived. Never kicked me or nothing. R.I.P. January 1881. You gotta read this one with an accent. It doesn't work well without the accent. He's the best mule that ever lived. Never kicked me or nothing. January. Unless we have a reason to go off the trail, I'm not gonna go off the trail.
Better not leave old Bob behind.
Oh, is that like it for the whole... That's the whole trail? I guess we can try this way. Nope! We're good. Oh, hold up. There was an arrowhead over there. Let's get another arrowhead. I'm going to tell you right now. If you're like, oh, I want to go to a place where Native Americans are and I want to get arrowheads. They are freaking everywhere. Do not buy arrowheads. Just go for a hike where you're potentially gonna find some. They are littered everywhere. They are not super cool things of the past. They are everywhere. Everywhere. Seriously. Don't spend money on arrowheads. Waste of money. Absolute waste of money. Sorry.
Uh-oh. I'd better put that back.
From Jane Nash, so. Happy birthday.
Oh my gosh, Jane Nash is Tex's sister.
Still can't believe I've got a real life cowboy for a brother.
Can't check that off till it's done. Can't check that off
can't
till
do
it's
that.
done.
And I figure out how to open the trunk. Find out why Mary is so eager to buy that property. Okay.
You still here?
Should I be somewhere else?
Yeah. Home in your nice soft Betty Bye. You and your friends, if they ever show up. You ain't gonna last more than 3 days out here.
Well, I hope you like surprises, Tex, because you're in for one.
City folk can't take living out here. Too rugged, too much work, too dangerous.
I need a rope. Do you think I could borrow yours?
Nope.
Can you tell me where to get one?
I understand you have a sister named Jane Nash.
So what if I do?
Did you know that she used to work for the Raleighs?
No, she didn't. What gave you that idea? Hey, you've been snooping, haven't you? In the Raleigh stuff, in my stuff.
I'm just very observant, that's all.
My business ain't none of your business. And that includes any sisters I may or may not have. You need to go. I'm busy.
Okay, fine. Whatever. I was gonna offer to feed Bob.
Hello, Nancy. Something I can do for you?
I'll let you get back to work.
Take care.
He's very nice, and it makes me think he might be it, but at the same time, sister of Jane Nash, could be him. Also, a good chance of the woman at the store, Mary. There is nothing else for me to do on the phone. Stop being a pain in the butt.
Miss Nancy, how may I be of service?
Have you ever met Mary Yazzie?
Of course. Nice lady. I mean, for the most part. Gets real unfriendly when the subject of the Raleighs comes up.
Do you know anything about the piece of property she's been trying to buy from the Raleighs?
Well, I know she says she wants to buy it because she feels spiritually drawn to it, but I think she's got something up her sleeve. Oh, Nancy, it's great having you here. I mean, I like to talk, you know? I like to converse, to debate, to discuss.
Most people think I'm too nosy.
You're not nosy. Me neither. People like you and I are fascinated by the human condition, that's all. So, who else do you want to talk about?
Nobody really. Well, I'd better get going.
Drop by anytime.
I like Shorty. It would be sad if he ends up being the bad guy. It's just too early to know for sure. Alright. I'm gonna call an update, people, and then we're gonna call it there for today. And get back to it next time.
Hello?
Hi, Mrs. Raleigh. It's Nancy again.
Hi, Nancy. It's Nancy.
I can hear that.
How is Mr. Raleigh doing?
Let's get something straight right now. Even though we're Beth and George's aunt and uncle and not yours, I want you to call us Aunt Bet and Uncle Ed too. Got that?
All right.
Good. Now, what was the question?
How is Uncle Ed doing?
Well, he's running a slight fever, so the doctors are a little concerned.
Oh, I'm fine.
They're going to keep him here overnight, just to make sure he isn't developing some kind of infection. But enough about us. How are you doing?
I delivered that envelope to Mary Yazzie like you asked. She seemed a little upset when she read that you'd turned her down.
I'm sorry to disappoint her, but if we sell that property to her, it would send a signal to other would-be buyers that we're interested in selling the ranch off bit by bit, and we're not.
What does she want the property for?
I have no idea. The parcel she wants to buy is nowhere near her store, and there's nothing but rocks on it. Maybe someone else there at the ranch knows, but we sure don't.
I heard about the phantom horse. Was last night the first time it showed up?
As far as I know, it was the strangest thing. Shorty kept babbling about how it was the ghost of the horse that belonged to some outlaw.
Dirk Valentine?
But that was right after Ed got himself fit, and we were all running around trying to get him into the truck to take him to the hospital, and I really wasn't paying much attention.
Do you have any idea how that snake got into your room?
None at all. We heard the horse come galloping up, so we jumped out of bed and ran outside to look. When we came back, there it was, right there on the floor by the bed.
Has that ever happened before?
No, and if it ever happens again, well, it just won't, that's all.
Why do you have a painting of Francis Humber?
I just thought it would give the den some character, that's all. I found it in the tack room under a pile of junk.
So the former owners left behind a lot of stuff?
I swear, it's like no one who lived at Shadow Ranch ever bothered to take their things with them when they left. When we moved in, the place was literally full of junk.
What did you do with it?
I sold most of it to Mary Yazzie. She gets a lot of antique collectors in her store. Some things I kept, like Francis's favorite recipes.
And that ridiculous blanket chest. You insisted on keeping that.
Oh, yes, and I kept that triangular-shaped chest in the den. It used to belong to Merrill Humber. He was Francis's father. And I figured since I was keeping that picture of Francis, it was only fair that I keep something of his.
What kind of logic is that?
Oh, hush.
It doesn't look like Bess and George are going to get here today.
That's too bad. Why not?
Their plane had to land in Omaha because of mechanical problems. They don't know when they'll be taking off.
So, you'll have all those cowboys to yourself for a while. That Dave is pretty cute.
He seems a little standoffish.
Oh, he's just a little bashful. He'll warm up to you. He's quite a handyman. Very trustworthy.
I'll be in touch.
We'll be right here. Bye.
Well, alright. Stop telling me you have a thing for me. Interesting. Don't I have... Wait. Let me look at the clock. I know I said I was going to call it, but now I found a thing. That's not helpful. Nope. I don't know what I'm doing. This is very much, it's going like a clock. Okay, I can sit here and play with this all I want, but it's very obviously related to a clock. There's this clock. But, oh wait, red is 12. Oh, it's the colors. Red is 12. Aha! That's not what I wanted. It's red, blue, and yellow. Red, blue, yellow. Red, blue, yellow. Red, blue, yellow. First note. Red, 12. Blue, yellow. Yellow's easy at a 7. Which blue? I think it's the lighter blue, so 2. Yeah, it's the lighter blue. Okay, so red needs to go all the way around to 12. Blue goes to 2. 12, 1, 2. Yellow is 7. 7. Oh! Call it. This is the Journal of Merrill Humber.
July 4th, 1882.
got sworn in as sheriff. It was the 4th, so it's like all them celebrations was for me, which of course they weren't. Francis thought up a song and played it on the piano for me. I forget how it went, but it was purty. I'm lucky to have her for a daughter. Hereford Shoup come by with a plant he brung from New York, which he calls Harrison's Yellow. Looked right dead to me, but Francis planted it out back, give it some water, and already it looks to be on the mend. She's 17 and can read and write good, knows her numbers. Hereford's thinking to marry her, but I said she ain't of that mind yet.
Why are there some E's that are backwards?
March 30th, 1883. Francis has got eyes for a young man named Dirk. He says he's from Prescott. Cappy says when she plays the piano, this Dirk makes everyone be quiet so he can hear her good. I ain't never seen her smile like she smiles now. I told her to bring him to the ranch for dinner, but she says he won't come because he is too shy. I wonder if that is the truth. April 16th, 1883. Got a letter from the sheriff over in Phoenix about this Dirk Valentine who was wanted for robbing 2 banks in a stagecoach. The picture with the letter looked just like Dirk, who Francis is sweet on. When I showed her the picture, she got tearful and run off. Now, Dirk is gone, and she won't say nothing about where he went. August 2nd, 1883. Dirk Valentine is robbing banks and coaches and trains all over the territory. Francis says he never ever shoots his gun and only steals from people that already got plenty of money. But that ain't true. Some of them trains he robbed was carrying money, meant to pay miners a hard-earned wages. He is nothing but a no-good, greedy outlaw. But Francis gets real mad when I say that. I fear she is still sweet on him, that she sees him when she knows I am busy, and gets letters from him which she hides from me. September 9th, 1883. Got hold of a note Francis sent to Dirk and saw what they was going to meet. So I got a posse and we caught Dirk, and now he's in jail. The judge is coming next week, and I hear he is a hanging judge, so Dirk most likely ain't long for this world. Francis won't say nothing to me no more, and says she never will again. September 13th, 1883. Dirk sent a secret letter to Francis, which Mason got hold of and give to me. I locked it up so she won't ever read it. Francis ain't allowed to see Dirk in jail, of course. If she never sees his letter, maybe she will think he don't like her no more, and maybe she will stop liking him. Francis's ma would have known what to do better than me. I wish she was still alive. September 17th, 1883. They hung Dirk at noon. I thought I would be glad, but I ain't. September 18th, 1883. Francis took Brownie in my big saddlebag and is gone. She ain't told no one where she's going, not even Cappy. But I know she will forget Dirk, and when she does, she will come home because she's a smart gal. Will figure out that I did what I'd done for her. January 4th, 1884. My sister says her little girl Ellie got a letter that said Francis went east and is not of a mind to ever return. I hope this ain't the truth, because I miss her something awful. June 11th, 1884. The Harrison's Yellow, which Francis said was her favorite flower in the world, is just a pile of brown sticks now. I don't know how to look at every building things like that. So it is my fault that it died. I ain't seen or heard from Francis in a year. I tell people she's on her way home, but when I look in my heart, I know this is a lie. She'll never come back to Shadow Ranch. It is my fault. I'll just have to find a way to live with it.
This doesn't look like it was ever opened.
Well, we're gonna open it.
As usual, things did not work out like I planned. Just when I get everything fixed just right for you to go looking for the thing I hid for you, I go and get myself arrested. But no matter what you hear, nothing is gonna happen to me. I will be fine and we will be together soon, I promise. Meanwhile, you can keep busy by looking for what I hid. Start by using this piece of paper to mark where all the rock pictures are. They will tell you what to do next. Your favorite flowers and the flowers on your favorites, start keeping them in mind too. I will leave a message for you in this here cell, just in case they decide to move me to the jail down in Tumbleweed or something. As usual, things did not... I like vexing your brain, because when you are thinking real hard, like when you're playing the piano, you are more beautiful than anything in the world. I am sure to be out of here before you find my treasure, but in case I am not, know that it is all yours, and that you are more precious to me than 10,000 treasures put together. 9, 12, 15, 22, 5, 25, 15, 21. Dirk. P.S. I do not and never will hold what your father did to me against you.
Oh, interesting. MH. Little hand between 3 and 4, big hand right after 1. Okay. Can I move these? No, okay. Well, okay. What do you want now? There's nothing else there. Well, okay. I gotta get a rope. Gotta figure out how to open the trunk. All the things that I have. Okay. There's so many things, but it's already... I'm already at the end of this recording. And I'm not gonna keep playing because I want to get some lunch and then I've got something in about an hour. So, as usual, thank you for watching. I should save. Where are we gonna save this as? I'm gonna call it Bob. Bob the horse. Bob the horse. Again, as usual, if you enjoyed watching this, please click the like button down below. I talked a lot in this one, talked a lot of fun facts. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I know a lot about the area, or at least similar area with being the sister state, or in the sister state to Arizona. It was a lot of fun to play this one and have all this interesting stuff about the Native Americans in the desert areas, rattlers, scorpions, and the like. So it was a lot of fun, so I hope you enjoyed it. Again, please click that like button. Leave a comment down below, especially if you want me to crack that spine on the book after I finish this game entirely. And then if you want to keep watching me play the Nancy Drew games, make sure you click the subscribe button and click that little notification bell so you know when I post a video. But as usual, don't plagiarize. Just don't do it.